to pursue the items that he's listed and or bring items back to the board for adoption.
Okay, quickly go through.
All right, so under public outreach, I'd like to bring back a drought declaration for the board's consideration for the March 3rd board meeting. The public outreach activities, that's ongoing, and unless the board feels otherwise, we will continue that effort and try to expand it with our available resources. I mentioned in terms of there are things that we can do around here, either the next board meeting or the, I guess there's a gap because there's a President's Weekend. So either the next board meeting or I guess like the 26th or somewhere towards the end of the month, we will report back in terms of our findings in terms of indoor, the indoor water audit and some specific recommendations the board may want to consider in terms of what we do with indoor. We will also provide an update on outdoor and more specific recommendations in terms of what the county can do here for outdoor. So that all falls under the public outreach. My second major category was providing technical assistance. We will meet with, as Will Carson described, we will meet with the districts and get a clearer picture on how the county can participate or help promote a intertie or see that to fruition there. I will report back to the board on that. I think we'll make that, is it the 26th? Is that our next, is that?
24th.
24th, okay. Let's put that on for the 24th. I described a rural residential emergency water supply assistance program. I would be happy to do a little bit more research on that and have a clear, so the board can understand more clearly what it is we're trying to accomplish here. We could have that to go for the March 3rd board meeting. The two other items I discussed, and these are a little more theoretical, but the idea, the concept of a water bank and the concept of this AB 811 water conservation funding mechanism, I'd like to push that back. What is the next, I don't know, the next meeting after March 3rd is 17th. How about for the 17th, we come back with a report that provides more information on exactly what are those activities and what would it take to implement them here? So if that is reasonable.
Supervisor Brown.
Yes, Roland, I'd like to thank you very much and thank all the public and water purveyors, districts for your participation today and certainly your concern. I think appropriate planning is now, I think Roland's laid out a plan with dates, and I would like to move that forward in the form of a motion. I think our clerk of the board probably has that down if you want to read it out before
Yeah, for my
placing
benefit.
it, yeah, for action. But I do think appropriate planning begins now. That's why I brought it forward. We need to move.
I'll provide a second.
Second, okay. Discussion of the motion, Tom? Or just,
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just two other items of concern to our office. I'm not quite sure what role it intends for the emergency declaration, but as the Director of Emergency Services, we have to sort out the relationship and whether this will be an official declaration that goes to the Governor's office. So I've asked our staff to meet with Roland and clarify what that role is. And the other comment I would have, I've heard nothing today, and this is Mendocino County, and I've heard nothing today about the illegal diversion of water from streams and rivers for marijuana production or for any water that's being hauled off in trucks to supply that. And I think there are some citizens in the community who would be concerned about, as they're cutting back on water use, if water continues to be used for illegal crop production. So I just wanted to mention that as something that somewhere along the road I think we should have a discussion on also.
Supervisor Brown?
I agree with the CEO, and I'm sure that's going to be part of the considerations that our water agency staff and others participating in appropriate planning will be looking at. And I do think that the water agency should be connecting with your office, since you are our Office of Emergency Services as well, to
And county
prepare the
council.
declaration and how that's all going to work and where it should be going.
Supervisor McCowan?
Well, and it's not part of the motion necessarily, but I would also suggest that perhaps Supervisor Brown, as our representative to the Inland Water and Power Commission, could raise the idea at their next meeting of having an all-boards meeting to discuss this issue. And one thing that I would hope that the water purveyors would consider would be tiered pricing, which could encourage conservation.
Supervisor Brown?
Appreciate the recommendation, Supervisor McCowan. And Roland, maybe we should talk before the next IWPC meeting. I
Right.
think it's scheduled for
17th.
17th of February. Appreciate that recommendation very much.
Okay. Can we have a vote on the motion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries unanimous.
Can I get, for my benefit, from the clerk as far as those deadlines that maybe soon, as soon as possible? Okay.
Okay, I believe that concludes our water agency business.
Okay.
So with that, we'll reconvene as the Mendocino County Board of Supervisors. We'll just take our lunch break now and can be back here at 1:30. Okay?